Hi guys, and welcome to day 3 of the Meet Your True Self video challenge. Today is a check-in day. This is something that I do with my clients all the time before we start any spiritual practice or any changes that we want to manifest together. Today is really all about the shadow work, okay? Real change and real progress always comes from shadow work. And basically, shadow work is exploring the parts of ourselves that over the years we have learned to protect and keep hidden. These parts of ourselves are a direct result from being hurt or being judged, or this pain that we have, this part of ourself that's hurt. So what we do is we kind of like create this cocoon around this hurt part of ourselves, and that cocoon is, behaviors or ideas or mentality or lies or our whole psyche that's what goes into protecting this. It's like a defense mechanism to protect that hurt and keep that hurt kind of buried and put away and safe and protected. But what it does, like any wound, it festers and rots. And it still, no matter how much we're trying to protect it and keep it safe, over time, that festering, it creates these self-sabotaging behaviors that we have. And that is the real work when it comes to making change, okay? Is addressing these self-sabotaging behaviors and the root cause of those parts of us that are hurt. So the first step, like any good 12-step program that, brings about change, is acknowledging, it's accepting, it is taking responsibility for your behavior. A lot of times in life, we hand over our happiness, our worth, our strength, and our courage to other people, places, and things around us. You'll hear people that say, well, if only I had a different job, or if only I had more money, or only if my spouse did this, or if my kids did this, then I would be happy. Then I would be fulfilled. Then I could do the things I want to do. And there's a lot of damage that you're doing to yourself with those thoughts. First, you are placing yourself in a victimhood state. You are living your life in reaction, not action. You are reacting to all the things around you instead of creating what you want. But there's a reason why people stay here, because it is easy to be a victim because nothing is your fault. You don't have to take responsibility for anything. You don't have to do the work. It's just like, poor me. Woe is me. Look at all this sadness and trouble and things that I have going on in my life that I have to work on. It relinquishes you from the responsibility and things that you have to work on. So, there is a reason why people stay in that victimhood mentality. And I want you to get away from that. It's easier to be a victim than to be responsible for the things that have gone wrong in your life. But we have to move into being responsible if we're going to be able to really make any changes. And the best way to do this, to release yourself from this victimhood mentality, is when anything happens, I always ask myself, what role have I played in this? And that's a game changer. You cannot fix other people. You cannot change other people, and nor do you have the right to. They are on their own journey, their own path, and living their life the best way that they know how. So take your focus off of that. Ask that question, what role have I played in this? And put the focus on yourself. You can't change others, but you can change yourself. And you have to acknowledge your role in order to change where you are in life. What choices and behaviors have led you to where you are right now? So in order to do this, I want to do, it's called free writing. So free writing is a little bit different than journaling. It's basically like a mind dump. I was explained to you the first time, it's like word vomit. You're just kind of pour your thoughts out, and this way you can really tap into the universe's messages. So the first things first is I really want you to sit with yourself and say, what role do I play in this? What role do I play in unhealthy relationships or things like that? What role do I play in my unhappiness and my unworthiness? Take that power back and write down all your self-sabotaging behaviors. Do I spend my free time on social media instead of doing all the projects that I want to do? Do I spend my time drinking wine on the couch and watching Netflix instead of really being present with my children and then feeling guilty about it and living in this vicious cycle? Do I take on the burdens of others? Do I feel like it's my responsibility to fix everything? Do I, consistently not show up for myself, even though I said that I would? My negative self-talk, my shame, my guilt, my anger, the things that I'm jealous of, all of those things are your self-sabotaging behaviors. Do you gossip? Are you not living up to your moral code? Do you make allowances for yourself? Are you not forgiving of yourself? Do you hold yourself to really high standards that you don't hold other people to? There's a million of them. I want you to sit. I want you to breathe. I want you to send love to yourself. I want you to send forgiveness to yourself. This is not an exercise for you to think of all the shitty things that you do in life. This is an amazing thing that you are doing. You are taking the first step to becoming the best version of you, and you're going to get rid of all this shit, okay? I want you to get a couple pieces of paper, and I want you to write down on the top of those all of your self-sabotaging behaviors, all of your self-sabotaging thoughts. All right, if you can't think of a behavior, you can say, I really struggle with embarrassment. I really struggle with not being present. I really struggle with judging other people. I really struggle with talking to myself like shit, okay? Get a piece of paper and write each one of those at the top. And then I want you to call spirit in. And it doesn't have to be this, like I said, 20-minute ritual. There's a lot of beauty and simplicity. Sit down, light a candle, put on, have your essential oil diffuser going or your binaural beats in the background. Get in the mood. We're going to journal with our spirit guides right now. And you are going to say to them, I am open to receive messages from the universe. I am listening. Okay. I want you to say that. And then I want you to invite in protection, whatever that looks like for you. Some people invite in protection from Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, please shroud me in your loving and guiding protective light. I personally call in the goddess Hecate to protect me whenever I do shadow work. She is a goddess. She is a dark goddess. She is a light bearer who shines her light on the dark parts of us. She is a traveler between worlds. If you choose to work with Hecate or any god or goddess, I always suggest giving them an offering at the end of working with them. So call in your protection. Call in your spirit guides. Sit down and I want you to just write. Word vomit. Get your first page and just start writing. And even if that looks like in the beginning, I feel so silly. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to start. Write all that stuff out. And if you feel ego coming in and starting to make fun of you or to say mean things to you, tell ego to step out. Ask your guides to get louder and just start writing. And start writing. All these things are going to start popping in your mind. Not ego telling you aren't good enough. You are silly. This is stupid what you are doing. That you word is a surefire way to realize that's ego talking to you. But start writing down all the other stuff that comes into your mind. It could be, it's okay. You might just hear that. Or you might see a triangle. Write down triangle. Write down, you see a rocking chair or the color purple. Start tapping into these messages that the universe is giving to you and don't judge what's coming to you. You don't have to make sense of it in the beginning. And that is the whole point of free writing. It's pouring out these messages that you are getting and allowing yourself to be open to guidance and the messages from the universe. And you will find as you start writing things coming out, like in the 3rd grade, so-and-so made fun of my legs. Like, where did that come from? Or, it's not so-and-so's fault that you feel this way. Or these little messages are going to start popping out and you're just going to keep writing and writing and writing. And I want you to do this exercise for as long as you can. And it's okay if it's not an organized thing. It's not supposed to. If you find that you just are writing constantly and it's not organized, you didn't do a free writing exercise on each paper, that's fine. The point is to write and write and write until you are exhausted. And then after you're done, I want you to sit and take a deep breath. And I want you to send love to yourself. I want you to congratulate yourself for doing the shadow work. And I want you to say to yourself, to your inner child, to those hurt parts of yourself, I want you to say to them, I love you. I am proud of you. I forgive you. You are so much stronger than what you give yourself credit for. Okay? I want you to take these papers, read them if you want to. You probably won't have to, right? Because hopefully after this exercise and from free writing, what happens is you get this complete download of information that you need. And I want you to take these papers and I want you to burn them again, because these are the lies, that judgment that we talked about in the beginning. These are the lies that you were taught, and this is when you were taught them. And I want you to get rid of them, because these are not your truths anymore. This is not your story, all right? Like we did with the judgment. This is not who you are. It is time to truly send love to these pieces of ourselves, to our hurt inner child, and say you are safe and you are loved, and it's okay. And be proud of yourself, because, a year ago, a week ago, you weren't strong enough to deal with this, but you are strong enough today. So send love and kindness to yourself. After doing this exercise, you're like, oh, why didn't I do this a year ago? Or, oh, I've been spending this whole time, engaging in these shitty self-sabotaging behaviors, and when I should have been doing this. Don't make this an exercise about berating yourself. Make this an exercise about diving into who you are and these hurt parts of your child, and envision yourself loving you and hugging you as a child. All right? Light that shit on fire. Release it. It is not yours anymore. Thank your guides for the messages that you got. Thank whatever deity that you called in for protection. If it was a goddess, especially Hecate, leave her an offering. And congratulate yourself and send love to yourself that you did it. You jumped into this shadow work, and it's a very hard thing to explore a lot of times, shadow work, and people kind of shy away from it. You think you need this like really elaborate ritual or spell to do healing. In order to truly heal and change your behavior and live in your truly empowered and authentic self, you have to go into the dark parts of yourself that you have hidden for so long. You have to shine light on them. You have to acknowledge them. You have to send love to them. And then this way, that cocoon that you have wrapped around this festering wound can disappear. It can finally be released. Not saying that's going to be gone forever. You might pop up and rear its ugly head every once in a while. But now you can recognize it. And you can say, that's not my truth anymore. I won't live my life reacting to that hurt. I'm going to live my life of action. And I'm going to create a new life, a new me, an authentic me that isn't focused on protecting, a hurt child. That's focused on being the best version of myself. It's accepting all of those hurt and broken parts of you and loving them, because they do make up who you are. They make up a very big part of you. Not just the version of you that you put out to other people, the perfect version. That dark side, the other side of that mirror, is a big part of who you are. And it's very important, if you are going to live an authentic life and an empowered life, that you are proud of. You're proud of that part of you. You're proud of the things that you've been through. You're proud of the mistakes that you made, that you love yourself. So congratulations to you for doing this, for showing up for this video series. And I wish you the best of luck in your free writing. I would love to hear about your experience with this program right now. So shoot me a message or an email if you like. And I wish you all the best of luck, okay?